Hey skiers, it's Bob with Skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2023 ski test. Got a Stockli Stormrider 95 for you today. This is a carryover model from last year, so same construction and top sheet and same amazingly precise and powerful all-mountain ski. 95 millimeters underfoot. We kind of usually talk about that mid-90s range as being a great one ski quiver kind of no matter where you are, and this Stormrider is no exception. Wonderfully versatile and useful in any type of snow conditions. You know, normally we're thinking of that mid-90s range as lacking a little bit in the carving performance. No such, feelings with this ski at all. The tail shape and the construction certainly lend to that front side performance, but the width and then the shovel also happen to make it really nice in soft snow as well. Definitely better, like, busting through crud versus floating through fresh. But still, most of the time we're not encountering untracked, deep, fresh snow. And if you are, good for you. And there are wider skis out there for that are more playful. But most real-world applications we're dealing with, less snow than we'd like. And most of the time it gets chopped up pretty quickly. So something like this 95 really comes in handy in that regard. Nice thing about this from a construction perspective is that we get a lighter weight wood core sandwiched between two sheets of metal. The top sheet is metal, and that's kind of what sets these Stocklis apart from some of the other skis, is that they're, when you put your binding on this, each and every movement you put into it gets transmitted directly to the edge of the ski, and therefore the snow, reducing the friction of distance that your energy has to go through before it hits the snow surface. And that gives Stockli this type of precision that, kind of warrants the higher cost. In terms of weight here in this 175, we're looking at 1,830 grams. So that's pretty impressive for a ski with two sheets of metal. The lighter weight wood core does go a long way in keeping that weight down. Also helps the ski have a nice flex to it as well. So normally we're thinking of two sheets of metal skis that are very, very stiff. And these do have nice stiffness to them, but they're not unapproachable. So that makes this thing a little bit better to access the entirety of the side cut at a variety of speeds. Get some nice positive camber underfoot in this ski, again, leading it to be very energetic on the Groomers. And then, not a ton of tip rocker. Pretty low splay here. That's one of the things that we like about them, and that really leads to the smoothness of the ski. And then in the tail, very, very short distance between the tails there and very minimal taper. So that's going to give you a longer effective edge. Really strong kick out of the tail into the next turn. There's not a whole lot of lag here. What you put into it is going to get directly transmitted to the tail, putting you in the next turn. So if you're on, the Groomers, really no matter how icy it may be, they will hold on and put you in the next turn a lot like a race ski does, which is pretty surprising and, very welcoming for a mid-90s underfoot ski. 17.5 meter turn radius in this one, so kind of in that mid-range of turn shapes. You can vary it up a little bit, because of the easier flex to it, but you can also stick to that turn radius and have it carved pretty clean round those mid-range carved turns. Not difficult at all on a ski like this. But, other than the range, it certainly goes up to that expert level skier. But because it's light and a little bit more flexible, it doesn't mean that it's out of the realm for an intermediate skier who's looking for, a versatile one ski quiver type. But, be aware that the tail is pretty strong. That lack of taper and rocker in the tail certainly make it very responsive. But I would say that advanced to expert skier will be able to access the best performance out of this and have it be kind of their ultimate do-it-all ski. So that's it. That's the Stockli Stormrider 95. Check this thing out at Skiessentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.